in. Well,
All right.
you guys, how you
We're
been?
live. Welcome back to the Northern Nerdcast. My name is Dan, and this is Chelsea. And sitting beside me is none other than Trina Schessel.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome, one and all. On this edition of the Northern Nerdcast, we are talking about the Calgary Expo.
Woo.
Yeah. So Trina and I, we were down at the expo, and Chelsea was not.
And Sam is still there.
No, I
Sam
was
is
not.
still there.
I was very jealous of your swanky press passes. So yeah, during the course of the show, I'm going to be asking you all about it and living vicariously through your experiences. I've already watched some of the videos that you guys posted. So those of you tuning in this evening, if you, like me, are sad because you couldn't make it, you can check out all the fabulous video that Trina and Dan took from the expo.
Yes.
It's all up on YouTube.
Not yet. Not all of it.
Not all of it. We got some stuff.
Not all of it, but a good chunk.
Yeah, we have some more cosplay video that we will be posting up later on.
Probably next week.
So keep an eye out for that. We took a lot of pictures, a lot of video from cosplayers out there. So it's very, very awesome. Next is
How you doing? How you been?
Oh, sorry. I wanted to make a mention that we took the computer, our desktop, both monitors, everything. We took it all down to Calgary with us just so that you guys out there could have some video footage of the expo as soon as we possibly could. And I stood up till 2:00 in the morning to get it all done for everybody out there.
He worked.
Wow, that is nerdly dedication.
That's right. That is as dedicated as we get. And now you won't see another video for another week or so.
Now we need to spend some time with our children.
Yeah. I will get up. I'll get up that very soon.
Get up that.
Yeah. I need you to type out that we're live.
Good English.
I know. I speak it well English.
Oh, hi, Aaron.
Can you link it?
So Aaron just posted in our comments and questions section. He is tuning in as one of our faithful viewers. So excellent. Thank you, mobile.
Most faithful viewer.
Thank you, mobile command post, for reporting in. We appreciate the check-in.
He's very loyal. That is for sure. I'm sorry. I'm still getting things going here.
No, that's good. I guess. How have you guys been? I haven't seen you in a while. I had to work late and missed the last podcast, I believe. And then we were off for a while, and then it was Easter, and then there was expo prep, so we missed a day, and then the expo, and now we're back to talk about it. So I haven't seen you guys in a while. How are you? What have you been up to?
We survived. We survived.
Yeah, we survived the expo. We have been off for a long time. I really feel bad for taking that week off.
But it was Easter.
I know.
Easter Trina was with your family.
Trina made me take it off.
Pie and cake. And
there was lots of pie.
There's lots
and eat chocolate.
Yeah.
And give thanks for Lich Jesus.
during yeah, so we spent.
That's right. I went there.
We didn't really do much else.
No, we didn't really do much else.
No, we're pretty boring people, really. Other than what we do here, we don't have much of a life.
Our free time.
This is our free time.
This is our life.
So basically,
other than having children,
any free time that you see us ever have, that is embodied in video form. So
that's really sad.
Not the worst. Not the worst hobby to spend your free time on.
That's what people keep telling us. So yeah, maybe.
But
I love doing it, so I can't complain too much.
But back to work.
Yeah,
I believe we were chatting a little bit earlier, and I mentioned that you looked a little more tanned than usual. So you've been back to work outside, really busy.
Yes, I am working outside, so I look a little tan.
I need
it's
to
just
get
the
on
camera.
that. I'm still quite
Dank room.
pasty. I need to spend some more
I
time outside.
I can show my arm is also white because I don't. My hand is a little bit darker than my arm. I should probably wear short sleeves, but I can't
You're
wear
not
short
allowed.
sleeve at work. But I should wear short sleeves outside because it's so nice outside right now.
I know. I
It is
I
fantastic.
I
I
broke
am
out the
really
capris
hot.
today.
This thing is super hot.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I broke out the sandals today.
Ooh, very nice. Very
Yeah.
nice. I brought up the Toms. Toms and capris. That's the way I went today.
And now you're wearing a
A
toque.
toque. It's a style piece.
You look like
But it's not
fashion
just
trend.
any toque.
she looks like an idiot.
It's worth their salt. Watching us right now or tuning into the recording later should recognize that toque. And if you don't, you need to do some homework.
For those of us listening, it is orange and yellow and red. With
Yes, of course, for the podcast only version. Described video.
Yeah.
A red and orange and yellow toque that makes her look like an idiot.
Connect the dots.
Yeah, just figure it out from there. I'm not giving it.
That's enough.
All right. Anyways,
News
let's-
items.
yeah. No, wait, hang on.
Oh, we're not done yet?
No, we should ask and be, polite people and ask Chelsea how her week has been,
Oh, I thought we
her
already
time
did.
off, because we haven't seen her for a long time. So I want to know what she's been up to.
Thanks, guys. That's really thoughtful of you to ask. No, I'm good. I, like you, am very boring. I go to work, and when I'm not at work, I binge on Netflix and podcast with you and indulge in nerdy things.
So you're saying you binge on Netflix. What have you been binging on?
In the course of 2 sittings over 2 days, 7 episodes the first day, 6 episodes the second day, watched all of Daredevil.
I'm
2 days.
I was at 2 days.
amazing.
I'm missing one episode. I need to get one episode done and I'll be finished.
Do it after we go off air tonight.
Yes.
Tag out. You're like done.
Oh, but we have
Go
to.
and sit down and
Love Game
watch.
of Thrones. I know.
We have a lot of good TV to watch still.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm one episode away from finishing Daredevil. I did it mostly in one day. I think I got through like 11 episodes in one day.
Yeah, well, 13 episodes in the season, it's not difficult to do, especially when it's good.
Yeah, I was.
How did you do that? What was I
I
doing?
don't know.
Were you down here playing with the kids?
I was playing with the kids while one was choking on Lego in the other room. I
Yeah.
was watching TV.
I mean, Netflix for the win. Netflix just keeps winning. Keep them coming. Because it's a great bit of television. The writing and the story is awesome. The casting's fantastic, and then the actors do an exceptional job of their roles.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, no, it's a
visually,
fantastic show.
the cinematography, the way
And actually,
the
one of
way
the
it's
characters.
shot, the tones of the city are amazing, and then the fight nerd in me is just like enamored of the fight scenes. They're awesome.
Yeah, no, it's a fantastic show, and really, I feel like they've done it right this time.
Yeah.
Compared to the last time I watched a Daredevil thing. That
Are
will
you
not speak of.
referring to the 2003 Ben Affleck version?
That does not exist?
It's like the Hulk, the first Hulk movie.
It's like the Fantastic Four movies. It's just garbage. Just
Anyways.
garbage.
Yeah, no,
It's like my number one hated movie for superhero movies ever.
the 2003 Daredevil.
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. I can't stand it. Anyways,
Well, then,
we won't talk
Think
about
of
it anymore.
it no longer. I won't make you dwell on it, Dan. But no, I'm good. I'm boring. Working lots. Yeah, that's about it. I don't know. Did I do that next week?
So we really appreciate the questions and comments, but sometimes we've moved on from the conversation when they come through. So we apologize if we don't get all your comments on air.
We're not ignoring you. We love you. Sometimes we're just absorbed in our own conversation.
All right.
Mhm.
On to we have some. I guess we have some news items. Do we not? We should
Yes,
probably get
yes,
into
we
those.
do. We have a few news items this evening. 6, I believe. I made the list and numbered them and everything.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah.
Did you do that while you were watching Daredevil?
She was
No,
that
Daredevil has been long done. Daredevil
needed
was
something to
done
fill the movie.
two weekends ago. 2 weekends ago. So the first news item speaks right to the wheelhouse of my childhood nostalgia. So with the success of the live-action remake of Cinderella, Disney has decided that they should do this with everything that they possibly can. Because
Oh, Disney.
Disney wants to make money, and they know exactly how to do it.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Back to your child.
So they next on the docket is going to be a live action version of Beauty and the Beast, which I'm actually looking forward to. The cast is pretty stellar already. Emma Watson is playing Belle. Dan Stevens, for those of you who are Downton Abbey fans, the guy who played Matthew Crawley, Dan Stevens, he's going to be playing the Prince / the Beast. Emma Thompson is Mrs. Potts. And the most recent to the cast, Sir Ian McKellen, will be playing Cogsworth the Clock.
That is awesome.
Yes.
He's
So-
like he's literally the best Cosworth. Like he has to be Cosworth.
Yeah.
He's perfect.
Yeah,
He's like,
I believe in this sort of version in the live action world, he is the prince's very British, very proper butler, which is where Cogsworth comes from. So there's still no spoilers or no hints about how they're going to do the transformation, what it's going to be like, whether it'll be CGI with voiceovers, whether it'll be strange costumes.
are they going to be
There's been no spoilers or teasers about that yet, but
I think so.
the last sort of big cast announcement that I'm waiting for is to find out who's going to play Lumiere, because if Jerry Orbach were still alive, there would be no doubt in my mind that he should be cast immediately. So I think whoever is cast will have very big shoes to fill, because Jerry Orbach was an amazing Lumiere.
Yeah.
And of course, you got to have that interplay. It's got to be someone who can keep up that interplay with Sir Ian McKellen as Cogsworth. So that's another whole level.
It should be Sir Patrick Stewart.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
It'd be It would be.
It would be.
Powers that be, if you listen to our little podcast, we're just putting that out there in the universe.
Yes. Sir Patrick Stewart, if you're listening, go for this role.
And also make more cow noises, because that was awesome.
Yes. Trina just loves there's a podcast out there that has Sir Patrick Stewart mooing as a cow
In different dialects.
in different dialects, and it's like her favorite thing in the whole wide world.
It's hilarious.
He's been on that show a few times, and he's just amazing every time.
Awesome.
Yes.
Anyways.
Great.
Moving on.
So yes, I will be keeping my eyes peeled for that if any more fun news comes up, like the casting of Lumiere or whatnot. I will probably bring it up on future podcasts. But for now, we're moving on to some fun gaming news for those of you who are gaming orientated. So GameStop in the US, who I believe the Canadian affiliate is EB Games, so new and used game store, recently announced that they're going to be running a test program, a pilot, in New York State and Alabama, test markets, to see about accepting retro gaming systems and their accompanying games into the stores to then be resold. So those of you who are getting nostalgic for like your original Nintendo or your original Sega and all of the games that go with it, if it's successful in those test markets, the plan is to expand it to all the franchises, which hopefully will include EV games here in the border. So that could be fun.
It could not be successful. Isn't just
Well,
another way
yeah.
to make
I
money?
mean, it's,
Well, here's the
video
thing.
game
Like,
nostalgia is kind of, yeah,
it's
a big
GameStop
thing.
needs to
So
refreshing their model right now. What's happening is a lot of these game systems, you can't resell games anymore. You can't trade them in. They're no good anymore, right? So they're good for one system.
unless you have
Or
the
you
original
download
system
them.
that they were made for, yeah.
Yeah. So GameStop, in order to survive, this is the only thing that they can possibly do that they can be able to sell, because really their used games is the biggest draw for them. And that market is being taken away bit by bit. Now with this, they can expand that a little bit, but there's already stores out there that are doing this already.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how, like, and GameStop is much bigger. Don't get me wrong, and they will probably do.
If they're gonna succeed, that's how it's gonna work, because they're already huge and have the existing infrastructure, and any smaller one-off stores that are already doing this won't have the capacity to compete with them once it gets up and running.
Once it gets up and running, for sure. Yes. So yeah, no, it'll be interesting. I'm kind of curious on to seeing how that's gonna all pan out, but I don't know if it's gonna save their butt in this market.
They're the new Blockbuster.
They're slowly becoming the new Blockbuster. They're gonna get phased out, it's kind of sad, because the days of going to the video game store is over.
You can just
like
download
buying a
content.
paper. Like nobody buys a paper anymore, really.
It's like renting a movie.
Or renting.
But they're banking on everybody's need to rush out and reclaim the nostalgia of playing with the Power Glove, Dan.
Yes, because everybody needs to play with the Power Glove. So dumb. That was the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
I had one of those, by the way, when I was a kid.
Of course you did. Not surprised.
And you disliked it greatly?
No, I used it as like a toy, like, I don't know, like as if I was a spy. I never used it for its intended
not
purpose.
For video games, for other childhood adventures.
Yeah, so there was one game where you would like hit these blocks or this ball, and you'd just be like this the whole time. And that was the whole game. It was so dumb.
A ball tied to a string, stuck to a pole, tetherball.
No, it was just like you hit the ball on the screen with your fist, and it hit blocks on the screen, and it was dumb. It was the dumbest. It flips us when you put the little third on. I know, it throws me off too. I know. I'm very disorientated.
It recognizes who the main person talking is and then switches screens. So when I'm talking like this, my face would be big.
No, because you put the lower third on, and it flips your screen around.
Flips you around that way. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not mirrored anymore.
Yeah, it's not mirrored
You
anymore.
keep hogging the mic.
I know. But
Anyway,
it's very directional. So yeah.
It's my finger.
What? Oh, it's very directional finger.
It's very directional.
If it goes well, sooner rather than later. Yeah, Aaron was just saying that he's a big PC gamer and hasn't bought a physical game in the last 5 years because you can just download content. So.
Yep.
Yeah, speaking of downloading content, in more video game news, our next news item, the newest update coming out for Mario Kart 8. Those of you who are Mario Kart fanatics out there, the next update, downloadable content patch, is going to include a new speed of kart, all the way up to 200 cc's. And I've seen some of the like side-by-side gameplay of like the 150cc carts versus the 200cc carts, and it's like, yeah, you really get going. So if you're a Mario Kart fanatic and all of the tracks have become a walk in the park for you, and you have Mario Kart 8, wait for the new download and go back and retrace all your glory on the new faster carts, because it looks pretty fun.
Now, do you really care about this?
Do I really care about this?
Yeah, like,
I don't know. It looks fun. I am a horrible video game player.
Terrible driver.
See,
I will freely admit,
not get into the Wii U. It is just one of those systems I just cannot bring myself to buy. Like, they have a few games like Mario Kart. Yeah, it's Mario Kart, and then you got Smash Brothers, which looks awesome and amazing, but that's it. That's all they have.
It's all about Mario.
It's all about Mario. And I mean, I love Nintendo as a kid, but I cannot bring myself to go and buy this system. But yes, 200 cc's looks a lot like it would be a lot of fun.
it looks like a lot of fun, and I guess I care because as a horrible game player, Mario Kart is like my one safety game that I know I can play and only look like slightly horrible at. Whereas all the other video games, I would way rather like watch other people play them, and actually I get quite enthralled watching other people play video games and actually play them myself. So
I hate watching people play video games.
I could never get Trina to watch me play a game ever.
It's frustrating. It's like, you're supposed to do that. No, you're supposed to go there.
Then you do that. You
I
should play.
can't.
She actually plays. Oh man, it's weird. She actually plays like the Lego games, but she won't play anything else.
I'm okay with a side scroller that's like not too three-dimensional space, but other than that, I just get no. I can't do the two little knobbies at the same time. It doesn't work.
yeah, I mean, I guess other than like Mario Kart, my one adventure into like gaming was trying a free 10-level trial of WoW, World of Warcraft. And that like sucked my life away. And I was like, oh my god, this is amazing, but so horrible at the same time. If I actually sign up for a full account, I will never do anything ever again. So I stepped away from the computer and I haven't been back.
All right. On to our next item here. What else do we
Right.
got here?
More news in awesome television. AMC has teamed up with Seth Rogen, of all people, who's the executive producer. And I'm not sure if he has writing credits on it as well, but I'm pretty sure he's the EP. The graphic novel series Preacher, AMC is creating into a television series, and they have just confirmed that they have cast Dominic Cooper, the actor who's played Howard Stark in the most recent like Captain America movies and stuff like that, is going to be playing the title character, Preacher Jesse Custer.
Yeah, he was in Peggy Carter as well.
Yes.
Agent Carter, the TV series. And he's a very good Howard Stark. Why is he like he's splitting himself? Like, I don't know.
It's a comic. It's just voice work.
Is it just voice work?
It looks like it's animated, yes?
No, it's probably
My understanding is that
it is a comic series.
the graphic novel Preacher is the graphic novel,
Yeah.
but it was my understanding that they were making a live action
They're going to be
series
making live action.
for AMC.
Well,
Yeah.
my guess would be that in Agent Carter, if it comes back, he's just not going to be a major role. Kind of
He
exhausting.
may be around less in Agent Carter. Agent Carter is also like standard season, standard cable network run dates, whereas AMC, working around particular schedules of other shows on the docket, could shoot and film it particularly to be a summer season or a right, and it also depends on how many episodes are going to be in a season. If it's going to be like The Walking Dead, where it's only 10 or 12 or 13 or whatever it is. So
It'll be strange seeing him in another thing, but I think again, it's like it'll be such a different role for him. Like it is.
That's what I'm excited about, because I agree with you. I think he does a fantastic job of Howard Stark, and Preacher is miles
nothing like
apart
that.
from that. I'm really looking forward to see him do something different. So that will be good. And
Very,
I
very
mean, the
interesting
graphic
to see how
novel
that
itself, the stories are really good. And on AMC, I mean, the way they do The Walking Dead, it's not, they're not going to spare any of the graphic nature of the series as it exists in the comic. At least I hope they don't. That hasn't been their style so far in other series they've produced. So it should be
No,
good.
they haven't shied away from all that kind of stuff yet. So AMC is pretty good with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways, talking about other series, what we got a new sci-fi series.
Yes, again, rolling along with the new awesome television that keeps coming out. So, Katie Sackhoff, oh Starbuck, how we love you.
Can she do no wrong? Like literally, she was amazing as Starbuck. She was really good in that Longmire show.
Longmire, yeah.
She was very good in that, and she was
Sci-fi in
amazing
space, Western.
In that short for the
Power Rangers?
Mighty Morphin
Rangers.
Power Rangers, yeah.
Amazing, blow your mind. And then now she's doing this, which is what,
so
by the way,
here's
because I'm kind of cut into this.
well, here's the thing. So not only is she starring in the series and a producer on the series, she is getting it made in conjunction. She wrote it.
Yeah, she wrote a brand new sci-fi series. We don't even know what kind of series it really is. It like it's something brand new.
Dystopian future.
The usual sci-fi.
The
It's a
effects
sci-fi
of
something.
global warming and genetic modification of foods and overconsumption of fossil fuels and depletion of water supplies. And she's a soldier, cop. There is a brief rundown, I think, in the link that I...
Soldier? It says
She's
soldier.
Soldier, yeah.
Yeah.
Law enforcement figure.
Not surprising.
Yeah,
I mean,
dealing
no
with
matter what it is, or what it
repercussions
turns out
of...
to be, we are all going to be watching it.
If it's gonna come to Canada,
It'll come. Like it doesn't matter. She's whatever it is she's going to make. I'll guarantee you, everybody here that's
People will
watching
watch
this
it.
show,
Yeah.
we will watch it. Like there's.
sure.
It's another sci-fi series, and you know what? Right now I don't know what it seems to be, but we are in this desperate mode for more sci-fi. Like it just seems like it was zombies for a long time, and now it seems to be more. It's starting to come back to science fiction. We're gonna be pushing that again.
Yeah, no, I think we're still kind of in the superhero craze. I think that's gonna die. It's gonna explode on itself pretty soon.
What, the superheroes?
Yeah, there's just too many superhero movies out right now that
I
at some
think...
point it's getting oversaturated.
Yeah.
Well, it depends, right? It doesn't matter what the genre is. If there's a good story there to support it, the genre's a moot point, right? So
Yeah, but
we
they're
could
just
continue
making
to
the
have
same things
superheroes, we could continue to have zombies, we could continue to have sci-fi, we could continue to have whatever we want. And I think the point is that with the onset of AMC and HBO and Netflix really taking the time and the money to create amazing stories for television, that the palate of the audience is being raised. We're craving better stories. And I think these types of archetypes that exist in superhero stories, in zombie stories, in sci-fi stories, lend themselves to good writing to make good series. And that's what people are craving, which is why we're seeing a proliferation of them now.
We can see them do a lot more that they have never been able to do before.
Yeah, but
on
they keep
TV.
recycling things. Like they did Spider-Man all over again. They did Daredevil all over again. That was good.
But they fixed Daredevil.
I know, but they just keep doing the same thing over and over. It's gonna die sometime.
Well, yes. With Spider-Man, I agree with you. As much as I liked the reboot, as much as I liked Andrew Garfield, everybody knows Spider-Man's origin story. Everybody knows how Peter Parker becomes Spider-Man. We don't need to tread that ground again. If they're gonna reboot it again, we need to move on from there. We don't need to see how he becomes Spider-Man. I agree with you on that one.
And we are gonna get that teenager Spider-Man again. And I really don't want them to do this story over. But we are gonna see him during the Captain America Winter Soldier first. So that'll be very exciting.
Anyways,
Sabrina is less excited about that.
I'm super excited for this new sci-fi show, whatever it is.
The series, I believe, is
I will
called.
watch it.
The series, I believe, is titled Rain. So yes, new series written by Katie Sackhoff. She will be in it. She's an EP. She's getting it made because she's awesome. So Rain. Great. That brings us to
talk about getting it made.
Yes.
Segue.
I'm getting better at the segue thing now.
Yes. Yeah, I was just gonna say you get 10 points for that segue. That was a good one. Yes. Speaking of getting it made, in the words of our fearless leader, Dan, so a designer has recently created free downloadable PDF patterns for 3D printable D&D monsters. Ooh. So every D&D monster that exists in the D&D monster guide, he has already, or is, if he hasn't quite completed, is in the process of completing, creating downloadable, completely free printable PDFs of 3D printable models to make them. So you can print them out on a 3D printer and make them and paint them. And when you sit down for your next game of D&D, have little 3D printed models of all of the monsters that exist.
That's cool, but you need access to a 3D printer to do that.
Which more people have access to.
Yeah.
It is becoming something like 3D printers are becoming much more cheaper.
They're becoming more accessible. They're still new technology and expensive, but they are becoming more and more accessible.
The one guy that we were at the booth with, that I can't remember, he's got way too much money as it is, but he said he had 2 3D printers. Yeah, so I mean, it is, people do have them. They're out there, and there's consumer grade ones now, so it's a whole new world we live in.
It makes me grin, and I tossed this news item specifically. I'm going to give a shout out to my friend, my very good friend and roommate, Joel Bazin, who hosts a standing D&D game at our house every Monday afternoon for himself and several of his coworkers. So Joel Bazin, you know, if you have some extra money to throw around and feel like buying a 3D printer, you too can download and print off all the patterns for all the D&D monsters to add some pizzazz to your next D&D game.
That's awesome.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Now,
All right. So I think that's it for the news items this week.
that is it. Now, this weekend, oh my goodness, this weekend, it was something else. Like we had the Calgary Expo, but not only that, before that we had a brand new trailer of this thing.
That
Right?
thing.
This thing?
You mean Batman versus Superman?
That also came out. What also came out?
There were several new awesome trailers over the last
There
little
was some
while.
amazing trailers that came out, like, and they all seem to come out at the same time, because I think
Well,
Star Wars started this snowball effect.
Summer blockbuster movie season is upon us.
And Star Wars.
Yeah.
Star Wars. Oh my goodness, Star Wars!
I think we need to reserve our comments on the Star Wars trailer for the next podcast. Because it's
Which, surprisingly enough, is going to be all about Star Wars.
because this conversation could just take over tonight. So.
No, it can take over tonight. However,
Awesome
I
trailer.
do want to mention that it is an awesome trailer, and
But we will put this out to our viewers and our listeners. We have a bit, like we've mentioned, a bit of a list. If you have not, if you Googled them, they are easy to find now. The new Star Wars Force Awakens trailer, the new Batman versus Superman Dawn of Justice trailer.
it's
all
stupid
kinds
to
of-
get out, but it's Batman v Superman.
I'm
Because
not
they-
going to say V. I refuse.
They can't do versus.
Because it's been done.
It's copywritten,
Done.
and they can't use it. It's as
There's
dumb as
also
it
a new
gets.
Fantastic Four trailer where they reveal what Doctor Doom looks like,
Which is
and the Thing gets some screen time. There's new clips and tidbits of Age of Ultron stuff.
Yeah, they were showing a little bits and parts of Age of Ultron for the last little while too, like, giving away some scenes out of the movie.
There's also a new trailer that has come out, referring back to the illustrious Sir Ian McKellen from our first news item. A while back, I actually believe we mentioned it on the podcast, that he had been cast as old Sherlock Holmes, an aged Sherlock Holmes. So his new movie, Mr. Holmes, about an aged Sherlock Holmes, the trailer is out. That's one.
Yeah.
Add to the list to check out. It looks really good. An older Sherlock Holmes sort of out to solve one last mystery. And Ian McKellen is superb as always. So yeah, summer blockbuster movie season is upon us.
And
Google
not to
things to
mention,
your heart's
but the
content.
Oilers got the first draft pick as well again.
Let's just not even.
It just,
talk
like,
about that.
So much
Are we
news
really
happened.
going to talk about that? Ugh.
I don't.
We're running out of time to talk about Calgary.
Okay.
You're
The
gonna go
Oilers
there.
have not done so well with the first round draft picks in the last little while, but they've had 4 out of the last 6 first round. This is stupid.
Okay, this is not a sports podcast.
I know, but
You can start that up
I am-
tomorrow.
we are still Edmonton based for now.
For now, are we?
And I would classify
This is
Oilers fandom as something that you can be nerdy about.
it's true.
However, I would venture to say that it's just a rather depressing topic and
It is a
would
super
spiral
depressing topic.
horribly, horribly out of control if we went down that dark path.
All right.
Yeah.
So moving on.
So, I'm going to sidebar back to the Calgary Expo. Woohoo!
Yes,
And you
that
guys
happened.
in your swanky press passes getting to go for free and do all kinds of swanky press stuff. So, all right. I'm sure you guys saw a lot of amazing cosplayers while you were there, because I've seen some of the pictures and there's some pretty impressive stuff. In all of the amazing costumes you saw for Dan and Trina, respectively, is there one that stuck out as just like, oh my god, that's the best
That's a hard one.
costume at the con, hands down?
I found Nicolas Cage. That was one of my favorite ones. Is this guy? He's walking around with Nicolas Cage face, and he's got a cage around himself. It was hilarious.
So Nick Cage in a cage.
Nick Cage in a cage. It was amazing. So
That
yeah, that was my number one. But there was so many awesome
many good
ones.
ones.
Like there was
The Ninja Turtles.
the
Were
Ninja
awesome.
Turtles were
Homemade
the
Ninja
best. I would say
Turtles.
group costume.
Yeah.
They were rubber, like this thick rubber suit that they had made. They had actually put this all together. It was
It's awesome.
phenomenal.
There were
Groot.
Groots, yeah. I
Groot
gonna
was
say
pretty
Groot.
good.
And the Baymax.
Yeah, Betamax was nice.
Not Betamax. That's
Baymax.
Baymax.
No, yeah, Betamax.
Betamax.
He's like some videotape.
Yeah. There was a lot of
Baymax.
Guardians of the Galaxy this year, I noticed. That seemed to stand out a lot because there have never really been a lot of Guardians. till the
Not
movie came
before,
out.
anyways.
Sam was down there doing some
She was.
sewing
She was
and costuming.
Ever.
Yeah, she was a
She was
rebel
rocking
pilot
some
for one
Harley
day.
Quinn, right?
So what?
She was rocking some Harley Quinn.
Yeah, she did the Harley Quinn thing on Friday night. Friday. It was Friday. Friday she was the Harley Quinn, and she was also like she was part of a group costume that day.
Which
where
was pretty awesome.
yes, Jordan and
Amber.
were Batgirl and Joker, and
General Joker.
and man, Jordan looked phenomenal. Like his costume was just
Creepy.
it was super creepy. Like Hitler like style, like oh man, it was unreal. I have a shot of him, and yeah, it's just he's crazy. Yeah, best. I would say one of the best costumes ever.
Very
well
cool.
put together, and he did a lot of work on her Batgirl costume and her bat cowl and goggles and the boots that they had made. Like they have made everything for this costume.
I think I remember Sam talking. Did Sam help make the boots? I feel like I remember Sam talking about making.
No, I don't think.
Batgirl
No, I
boots.
don't think she did.
She shared things about them, I think.
Yeah, she did
Oh.
share a lot about them. They
That's
do a lot of
awesome.
they do a lot of prop work.
They
With
have a company
yeah,
that-
yeah, it's Hephaestus Forge, and they do a lot of prop work. And they had made they're the ones that made the helmets, the Rebel helmets. This one,
Yes.
it looked like this. It was amazing. They had done a fun like to the T. The design work on that was just amazing. And he also does a lot of his own stormtrooper costume as well. Like I believe he's made his own, and he made hers as well.
Oh, both of them together.
Well, they both make them. Yeah, they make them together. But yeah, he's got a vac former, so he can do all that kind of stuff himself. So yeah.
Very cool.
Yes, very cool. So anyways, yes. What else did we do?
Did you guys go for any photo ops?
No, we actually didn't this year.
No.
No.
Are there any photo ops you wish you had been able to go to?
That one is probably the one Trina would have wanted to do.
This is my my second husband right here, Stephen and Mel. Yeah.
I wouldn't let her go because she would probably try to run away with him. No, that's not true at all.
True.
That's not true at all.
Yeah, the photo ops, they're cool, but what do you do with all the pictures after? Like, we still have pictures sitting.
Yeah.
Collecting dust. They're cool, but
You make a collage of them.
Aaron is making mention that he has Hephaestus Forge helmet, and he said it's amazing, and he loves it. And he does. He looks awesome in it, by the way. We also have a shot of Aaron in his flight suit with his helmet and lightsaber. He looks awesome. So
stay tuned for that
Yes.
to see our most loyal viewer in our next video. Yeah, no, we didn't do any autographs or photos because that's not really what we went for this time.
What panels did you guys visit?
We went to 2 panels. We went to Stephen Amell's.
Which was awesome.
At some point I just like, oh man, this just takes way too much time. And so we just decided not to go to them because we were busy shooting a lot of video. That's pretty much what I did the whole time I was there.
And you guys really did. You've got some great stuff of the stuff that I've seen that's up so far. So again, like I mentioned earlier at the top of the show, if you want the experience of living vicariously through Dan and Trina at the expo, check out all the footage that they hauled their desktop computer down to Calgary to bring to you.
In our Fiesta, by the way.
Our little tiny car. It took up the whole trunk, basically, just to haul the computer. The suitcase had to sit in the back seat. So yeah.
But I think you guys were mentioning the second panel you went to was actually like a panel specifically for the media that you guys got to like.
Oh, that was not a panel.
That was not. No, the other one we were referring to was the
lightsaber. We went to Lightsaber Guild.
Saber Guild.
Yeah, we went to because we like the Lightsaber Guild. They're awesome people, and they have amazing costumes, and they keep changing. So we figured we'd go get some more shots of them.
Yeah, they did an actual performance of their
which we haven't seen before, which is also nice.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went and saw that yesterday and got some clips of that too to show you. So sometime we'll put that out.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Sure.
All right. Well, then, what was the event that you got invited to as media?
We got invited to go and talk to 2 of the main cosplayer
celebrities.
Pseudo celebrities?
Celebrity cosplayers.
Celebrity cosplayers? Is that what they call them? Anyways, we saw Jessica Nigri. And Yaya something. Oh man, that's horrible. I'm sorry, Yaya. Yeah, Facepalm.
She was awesome, by the way.
She was.
Whatever her last name was, she was awesome.
Yaya Ming.
Ma? No, that doesn't sound right. Let me look it up.
Anyways, she was one of the, I would say, one of the best, well put together cosplayers I've ever seen in my entire life. She has done all her own stitch work. She did and she makes all her costumes to last. Yaya Han. And she was just amazing.
Yeah, well spoken.
Very well spoken. And it was kind of a neat experience for us because you don't usually get to go and actually talk to these people unless you're going to go get their autograph or whatever it is, and you only get so much time with them. But we actually got a chance to sit down and actually have a good conversation with them. There was other members of the press there. However, there was only one other person asking questions other than us. Yeah. So
it's good.
Awesome.
Yeah, we got a lot of good questions in there. So we'll have that video up sometimes as well of that time with the cosplayers.
Very cool.
So we will have that up there eventually.
That's awesome.
We also got a good shot of their costumes as well,
which were awesome.
They were amazing. Both of them were amazing.
What were they cosplaying as?
Don't ask me. I have no idea. They were both manga ones. So
anime?
Yeah, they were both anime.
Yeah, we don't.
I have no idea on that end.
Honestly, some of the manga and anime cosplay costumes, those are the intricate detail that goes into those costumes is insane. Yeah.
But they do a very good job of studying those characters out, and they were really good. I was quite impressed.
Yeah.
That's for sure. What else?
I just want to show you my nails because they're super awesome. Where it is. I got.
Oh yes, so Trina, tell us about your nails and where they came from.
They came from Espionage Cosmetics, which I believe is Anne Wheaton and
Bonnie Burton's company,
which is cosmetics for nerds by nerds for women, which is really awesome. So they had all these cool nail wraps. They had all sorts of different nerdy superheroes and Star Wars and stuff. So these are their Vandalize, and they glow in the dark. So it's like little eyes staring at you at night, which
Yes,
he's
which is
totally
rather
down with.
which is very creepy. And you know what? The funny thing is, I tweeted at Ann Wheaton,
Did you?
yes, saying that you were doing that to me, and she actually laughed back at it.
Awesome.
So yeah, I got a good kick out of her. So.
Yeah.
What's the second set that you got? You were telling me about earlier, which is Brad.
They are moons. So you got little moons, and then when you shut the lights off in the dark, the Death Star glows. So that's no moon. It's pretty awesome. So I'm excited for another day, but right now I'm liking my Vandalize. They're pretty awesome. So yeah. And we actually had an interesting conversation with one of the reps from Espionage Cosmetics about how she was telling us how they were trying to get more into the market with this stuff, and how these companies were like, they had to convince companies to sell their product for them because they were just like, why? Like, is there a market for this? And they're saying, yeah, there's geek girls everywhere that would love this kind of stuff. And, it's hard to find really good geeky clothing and accessories that are geared for women and not just like men's t-shirts.
Yeah. I just want to quickly ask Aaron, if you can you tell me how the audio sounds on this? Are we too quiet, or I'm always so worried about this.
Or anybody else that's listening.
Anybody else that, because I see there's somebody else that is watching this.
Thank you for watching.
If you don't know, there is a comment section there you guys can comment on. So yeah, if Aaron, if you're still watching, can you just let me know if the audio is okay still? I'm always so freaked out about it. Anyways, there was one story that I got out of the convention from Dave. Dave is a really good friend of ours. He used to be someone I worked with a lot when I was working at working commercial work. And he lives down in Calgary, and he's a really phenomenal, just one of my favorite artists in the convention hall. Like every time I go around the convention hall, his work is the ones that always stand out. If you look in the back here, that Iron Man mask, that's
glowing in the corner.
Yeah, the one that's kind of glowing in the corner there, that's his work. He gave us this new print here. Hang on. Okay. Sorry. Which is like these little
Glaring.
I know, it's kind of glary. There you go. Which is just absolutely adorable superhero characters
as babies.
Yeah, they're superhero characters as babies. And so he's just this fantastic, phenomenal artist. But he was telling us
our audio is fine. We get a little tinny, but the volume is good. Thanks, Aaron.
Thanks, Aaron. So anyways, he was telling us about he was just in Vancouver, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
For the Vancouver convention that they had down there. And he said Carrie Fisher was down there, and she was walking around the hall. And what happened is he had a display of one of his pictures, which is it was a Batman, and his eyes were glowing.
He put a light behind it.
Right? And it kind of flashes on and off. But what it was basically just a piece of paper, like one of his prints, on a cardboard box, kind of just jerry-rigged up, just to show people what he could do, right?
It's backlit, yeah.
It was just backlit. It's just something to catch people's eyes, kind of thing, right? And get them to come over. Well, it caught Carrie Fisher's eye, and she really, wanted to get this picture from him. And so he's like, "Well, you can't have it because it's no good. It's garbage. Like it's." But she really wanted it. She says, "What do I have to do to get this?" And he basically said, "You can't have it." She's like, "I'll come back tomorrow." and get it from you. Like, just box it up, do something. And he's like, fine, whatever. And so he just left it. He didn't think that she would actually come back. The next day, her assistants come to the booth and come around asking for this print. And he's telling her, you cannot have it. Like, he's telling the agents, you can't have this. And so basically what happens is he ended up getting information from them, and he's gonna mail him. Like, he put it on behind canvas. He's actually done it properly, and he's sending her the new, like, the actual full version of the Batman print.
Yeah.
With the eyes glowing in it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, he didn't want to have some piece of junk sent to Carrie Fisher's house.
So now he makes these nice canvas prints with LED lights in them, and they look really awesome.
They look
that was
really.
a pretty funny story.
They look really awesome. Yeah.
So yeah,
sidebar. We love you too, Aaron.
Yes.
Thanks for watching and listening.
There are celebrities that do like to walk around at the conventions and just check everything out. And
Yeah.
we saw a few wandering.
Well, I saw Mark Muir walking around, and I didn't realize. Well, I what happens is I see them, I know who they are, but my brain doesn't work fast enough.
Well, and what would you say? Like, hi,
yeah,
you're
exactly.
awesome. Like...
and then who else did I see? I saw Stephen Amell's cousin there.
Robbie.
For those
Robbie
who aren't
Amell.
familiar, Mark Muir is a local actor, voice actor, improver from Edmonton.
Yes.
Very well known for being the voice of Shepard in Mass Effect.
Yes.
Does a lot of panels at cons about voiceover work, video games, etc., etc.
And he also does Tiny Plastic Men.
Yes, this is true. Another series, also
Yes.
a good one.
Also very good to watch. Yeah. So, anyways, I saw him and I saw Robbie Amell walking around the show floor. So they do walk around every so often. And what was it? I can't remember. Yeah, that's it.
Anyways, moving along.
Moving along.
I guess sort of finishing up, there was one major piece of news that actually sort of made news that came out of the Calgary Expo. We won't dwell on it too much because I think we're all in agreement that the appropriate course of action was taken. A men's rights group falsely entered the con, falsified who they were, what they were there for, set up a booth under the name of the Honey Badger Brigade, and disturbed some panels. And the expo organizers removed them from the con. And that was the piece of news that circulated. So it's kind of unfortunate that happened. But like I said, I think we're all in agreement that the expo handled the situation accordingly. The Honey Badger Brigade, as they were calling themselves, specifically broke the policies and procedures of the con, and that's the reason that they were asked to leave, which is a completely legitimate one. It's only unfortunate that they've sort of hijacked the panels and kind of disrupted what the people were there to talk about. So I guess you guys actually had an opportunity after the fact to chat a little bit with some of the people who were on the panel that got interrupted. Yes. Is that right?
I did reach out to some of the members of the panel. I haven't got to all of them quite yet.
Who were they? What was the panel? What were they hoping to discuss?
They were hoping to do women into comics was the panel that they were into. They were doing, and that's the one that really got disrupted. And I did reach out to a couple of the panelists that were in that one, and I have an open invitation for them to join us at any time that they want on the podcast, and at any time that they want, they can basically have that time that they would have had doing their panel on our show if they would love to do that. They're more than welcome, and they know that. They can come on anytime. That
Well,
they
that's
can
pretty
have
exciting.
can
Yeah, come on and have a chat, and I guess sort of discuss some of the things that they were hoping to at the panel. That would
Yes.
be really cool. That's awesome.
So yeah,
Well, it
hopefully
sounds like it was
they'll get back to us, and they'll come and join us one night.
Yeah,
cool.
that would be a good topic to discuss.
It is a good topic to discuss. And like we on this show, we have so many women that are already involved. Why not just throw some more in?
Yes, you kind of are the minority in this.
I
group,
am
aren't you?
very much the minority in this programming on the Northern Nerd. I am very much outweighed by all the women here,
Women.
which is a good thing. It really is. And I'm
would
very
say
proud of
we're
our
all
stance.
peers in this arena. I would categorize it more that we're all peers in this
Yes.
arena. But
I am
But some of us have boobies. and even further, some of us have Stephen and Mel. Sorry.
no like
on that note,
our-
it sounds
our-
like
our
you guys
stance
had
would
a pretty awesome
are
weekend.
just- that's
A
what it
pretty
is.
full weekend.
It was a
Yeah.
very it was awesome. We had a great
Go
time.
Go
The
Calgary
Calgary Expo was very good. I do want to mention real quick that the Calgary Expo and the Expo organizers have not always over the last few years. However, on this one, I believe that they have, and that's my statement that I wanted to put out there. So yeah,
Woo.
and I wish the best to all the wonderful ladies that are in that panel. And like I said, you guys can join us anytime. Okay.
So until next year's expo,
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
Edmonton.
Edmonton.
well, until the Edmonton
We also have
Expo,
eFest.
but next year's Calgary Expo. But yes,
Next
Edmonton Expo coming up.
All the you know what? I
Um,
want
yeah,
to say
until
though, it
next
did
year's
run.
Calgary.
It seemed to run very smoothly this year. I didn't notice a lot of people being in lineups and crazy things. Oh, there was one thing I did want to mention. We did try to get into the panel for Neil Patrick Harris. It was so crazy. We tried to get in line maybe 45 minutes before the panel, and it was full up. Like
It was already winded and down the block
Yeah,
and
oh, yeah.
over the hill and who knows where. Like it
No
was.
kidding.
So we didn't make it to that one, which was very disappointing. But yes,
It's all right. Whatever.
very popular. But yeah, no, I'd just like to say this year, I think every year they're improving on their
Their flow, everything
Yeah.
seems to be moving a lot better.
their execution.
The execution seems to be more and more. It's getting better and better every year, and it
That's
just goes to
probably
show
the
you that
nature of organizing it, right? Every year you learn something that you didn't know the year before, and you just
Well-
try and do it better next year. So kudos to the organizers.
Mhm.
Well, I think they went through a boom there for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think they went through this
They're
major.
still growing.
Yeah, they are still growing,
Mm.
but there was a couple of years, a few years ago, that they over exceeded their capacity, and I think that caught everybody off guard that year. And I think that's sort of what's kind of spawned, the Edmonton Expo and Saskatoon as well. And so, yeah, it's I'm very curious to see on how much what lessons they learned from this, and
The,
It was
the
good.
nerdiness is spreading and catching. Woohoo!
Yeah, they said they were expecting 150,000 people this weekend, which is
they
incredible.
didn't
didn't
quite
make it?
make it that far. I do have a press release. I'll actually read it real quick. Oh, I can't read it
Why not?
because it's
But
not-
you'll put it up
Oh.
on the website.
what?
You put it up on the website instead, right?
I will read it.
Just has to find it.
I just have to find it
Yes, it was
because
it
this
was
is this is fantastic radio. It's me looking for
good.
stuff on my phone. So here's the press release. It says the anniversary, the 10th anniversary, but which was this year. They did do a record-breaking attendance with over 102,000 people, which is 5,000 more than 2014. So they've exceeded their
Record.
So they beat their record by 5,000 people, which is
Pretty
pretty
crazy.
impressive.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Great. So if all of our wonderful listeners and viewers want to find all the awesome video that you took and all that kind of jazz, where can they find us, Dan?
They can find us on youtube.com/Northern Nerd Network. And that's where we have all our phantasmal. That was terrible. That's where we have all our.
Cannot make up words like Stephen and Mel. I'm sorry.
It's okay, dear. It's okay.
Sincerely,
Yeah,
should just
no.
stop trying.
You guys just go to our just look up Northern Nerd on YouTube or Northern Nerd Network, and you guys will find our videos on YouTube, and we have lots of them there. So go check them out. And we also you can find us on our own website, which is northernnerd.com, which I should probably pay attention to a little bit more than I do.
One day.
One day
When he has
I'll-
some free time.
It is so hard to keep up with everything that I got going on. But we also have, Twitter, which is northern_nerd, and the other thing, Facebook.
Ooh, and we are now on Instagram.
That's right.
Come find us on Instagram. I think it's Northern Nerd Network.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. Okay,
It is.
Northern Nerd Network on Instagram. Come check out. I took some photos just with my phone and tried to share them up there on the weekends. So
Yeah.
Instagramming it up. And what have we got coming up in the next few weeks?
We got the cosplay video with the cosplayers, and we got the cosplay video. We got lots of cosplay coming up. We got a lot of cosplay. So yeah, keep an eye out for all our videos that we have.
And we are going to be going to a few events that you should come check out as well in the future. We have EekFest coming up in May. We should probably contact them about going.
Yes, we will.
We're gonna check that out. And what else? Oh, there's Free Comic Book Day.
Free Comic Book Day, yes. That is coming up very soon. So that is coming up.
First,
The
first Saturday in May.
first
So not
Saturday in
this
May.
one, but the next week. No, Monday's the 4th. This is the 2nd. May 2nd.
May 2nd. Which
At Happy
also,
Harbor
by the way,
Comics.
yes, we will be at Happy Harbor Comics. So come down to Happy Harbor and come see us. But I would like to make mention that weekend there's going to be a new comic book store that's opening. That is not all that far from Happy Harbor, actually. It's in Oliver there. And that is Variant Edition, and you guys should go and check those guys out too. I don't know if they're doing Free Comic Book Day. I would guess that they would be, because they are opening that day. Why would you not do it? We're gonna go there anyways and go check them out.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because we're just gonna drive down the road and go check out Variant Edition. So yeah, Variant Edition is opening very soon. They should be open on May 2nd. So go check them out.
What else we got? There's May the 4th. May the 4th is coming.
Yes.
May the 4th.
Star
be
Wars
with
Day.
you. We will be here on another podcast talking about all things Star Wars. So if you have anything you'd like to add to our Star Wars conversation, come join us on May the 4th.
Yes.
What else we got?
That's it.
Woohoo!
That's all I'm gonna go for right now. All right. So
Thanks
that's
for
it.
watching and listening, everybody.
Yes. So that's it. That's all. I want to thank everybody out there for watching this edition of the Nerdcast, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Bye. What was that?
That was my